Well, what is democracy in your understanding? Democracy is the last fairy tale of humanity. When it realizes that in fact, with our nature, if we fondle, cherish it like we are doing it now, care for it so much, and ask what to do, we ought to be in a state of complete wilderness, and all the rest of all possible blinks of that wilderness, they undergo the process of acknowledgement of their unworthiness. And gradually all that bling falls off of a person. And what remains is this evil, stinky, harmful, lying, grumpy face, which is simply drooling, which only craves. At the end, it doesn't even crave for anything. A modern generation. Like this modern generation, it's like that. It hits the limit. It doesn't want to leave mommy's and daddy's house. It doesn't want to make decision. It doesn't want to do anything. Everyone wants to be free artists. You see, they are not interested in grand achievements, even in the sphere of ego, to be, someone. They don't want to try their best to commit. They let their moms and dads work. They don't make any decisions without getting advices from dozens of friends on Twitter or whatever else. You see, it's the generation that is completely opposite to previous one, which, well, during the time I was a student, 60s, it was a boiling generation, stepping forward, daring. Who is daring today? Who is striving for anything today? Nothing. Meaning, leave us alone. Make decisions for us. We don't need anything from you, so that you wouldn't need anything from us. Just provide for us a little bit, and that's all. So that's the generation. So practically, it's a correct reaction to everything that we've gone through, and to the democracy as well. Democracy is the most vile fairy tale, the biggest lie that could be in the world, which is ruled by ego. When there is a clear system exists of giving and receiving, fixed hierarchy, when everything is built upon corruption, mafias in every country, on all kinds of levels, and we clearly realize it all. But all that is called democracy. Fixed elections, as if people were electing. In fact, we understand that it's nothing else but smoke and mirror job between two or more clans. And it's the same in every country. It's a game. And everyone makes agreements between each other behind the scene, and today even openly. Simply, today it gets to such state when all that is open, clear, and it doesn't surprise anyone. Well, if you do it, then do it. Divide between yourselves. That's all. So, it is all such a theater at this point, which turns into farce. Meaning, nobody follows any conditions, any rules of decency and so on. The culture is gone, science is going away. The only thing that remains are such small implementations, and that's all. That's that. And all in all, we are advancing forward. I see the triumph of Kabbalistic labor in the near future, of working on yourself. Yes? The fact that we are being sold a pup in the form of democracy, that's the most important freedom for humanity. You're sold by many things. What a little baby you are. You need to understand that your mommy and daddy are the best in the world. Where'd you see that? What consists of democracy? They're trying to sell this democracy. I'm talking about the Western cultures. They claim that it's the best method of interaction between people. It provides freedom. Anyone has freedom of speech, whatever. So say whatever you want. There is no problem. Have you been in London? Have you spoken out in there? Well, just go and speak out then. There are a few out there nutcases that get up and scream into open air. So what? But why are they trying to sell that system? America was entirely built on freedom of human rights and so on. Listen, when it is not profitable to keep a slave anymore, he is granted freedom, just like in ancient world. When slave could provide enough for himself and for his master, then he was kept around, and when labor with the use of all kinds of mechanisms began to evolve, devices, then a slave became not very productive because he would do things under pressure. So instead I will grant you freedom, and in return you will give me as much as I need, and some you will keep for yourself. And that's all. And you will gain, in quotes, freedom, in quotes, but at least I will receive from you more. All comes down to productivity. When it is profitable for a slave to be granted freedom, he is. How is it was done with Africa when the question was that now we need to feed them? They don't want their anything. Then they were granted freedom, and masters left. That's all. What do you think? Just for your pretty face, people would walk out of country, such rich country with so many natural resources? No, simply they don't want to take a burden upon their shoulders. And in the past they were sucking out whatever they could. And of course, at the same time, to be able to suck things out more productively, they would build something, and they would taught something somehow. So in the end, what kind of regime? We've been through communism, we've been through everything, nothing is left. What is the most optimal for human development? Which one is it going to be, or which is it now? I don't know how to call it. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. It's a regime of last generation. Maybe it sounds a bit too drastic, threatening, but that's how it is. The last egoistic generation, or a transition to altruistic. I don't know. Socialism, communism, altruism, or well, yeah. Altruism. Only the real one, not the one we have today.